Yo, what's up guys? So today I'm teaching you one of my favorite moves, a move that I have been doing for a lot of years. I'd say over 15 years now. So the move I'm talking about is the top shot. So funny story, well it's not funny, but about 15 years ago or 14 years ago, I actually taught this move on YouTube. Obviously way before I started this YouTube channel, but I just had a channel way back in the day that I didn't upload on. I just happened to one day decide to teach the top shot on this channel, and by now it's gotten like maybe 30,000, 35,000 views. Anyway, it's pretty cringe. Here's a little peek at that. Look at me, little kid trying to teach him magic. Hey, it's pretty good. I mean, that video alone taught a lot of people how to do the top shot, and they said it was the best top shot tutorial on the web, which was flattering to me. But you know what? I think I can do it better in 2022. Let's get into it. Alright, so the top shot is a card production invented by Leonard Green. Alright, so basically what it is just producing a card from the top of the deck in a flashy way. And this is just what the top shot looks like, okay, just like that. Alright, so let's go over a few things that can make this top shot easy for you to do, alright? So first and foremost, finger placement is very important with this, alright? So you want to have the deck held in sort of a mechanics grip, alright? So what I mean by that is you want to have your thumb along the side like this, and your four fingers on the other side just like this. Now to get ready for the shot, what you want to do is take your thumb and you want to sort of bend down on the upper corner like this, so you're bending the deck like this. At the same time, you want to take your pinky and do the exact same thing on this side. So what you're doing is bending both corners down just like this with your thumb and your pinky, alright? So your thumb is a little bit overlapping on top of the deck like this, as well as your pinky, alright? So you're like this, pinky's overhanging on top, your thumb is overhanging on top just a little bit, and you're using a downward pressure to bend the deck down like this. And this can take some getting used to. I mean, you have to really build your muscles in your hand to be able to do this, all right? So another way to be able to hold the deck like this and do that bend is with the use of your index finger, all right? So what this index finger does is it also hangs over the deck like this, just at the top, over the deck like this. So you can see the index finger is it's just there for pretty much support so the deck doesn't, so you can easily bend the deck down like this, all right? So without it, it will be very difficult, all right? So you have your index finger there allowing you to bend both corners down like this with your pinky and your thumb. Now what makes the shot happen is a couple of things. First, it basically snaps off of your thumb, all right? So it's going to be like this. That's why you want that's why you want to have your thumb hanging over. So it's going to snap off of your thumb, all right? So you see how I'm getting that snapping off of that thumb, which will facilitate the momentum of the shot. Again, without this index finger, that would be virtually impossible, all right? So you would not be able to get that without having your index finger there. That's going to make everything so much easier, just like this. You can see how already the card wants to shoot off the deck, all right? So what you're going to do is to launch the card, you are going to simply do the bend, and then you're just going to jut your pinky down, all right? So imagine your pinky wants to go through the corner of the deck, all right? So imagine this can just pop right through the deck, and that's the force you want to have, all right? So if I do that, that'll happen, all right? So that'll happen if I let my pinky do that downward pressure that just wants to go off the deck. It's very important when you do the shot that your index finger and your thumb don't move, all right? So the only thing that's moving are these three fingers, all right? Your pinky, your ring, and middle, all right? So the only thing these two fingers are doing, your two middle fingers here, are just moving out of the way for the card to shoot off, all right? So the only thing that's moving are these three fingers. Again, your pinky is shooting down, like off the corner through the deck, and then these fingers just move out of the way so the card can fly off smoothly. So at first when you're practicing, or if you just want to do it this way the whole time, it's okay. You really want to get a good grip on that top card with your pinky, all right? So the whole pad is on the top card on the corner there with your pinky, all right? So that's really going to allow you to get that card off, all right, every single time. And again, the trick is that downward pressure and that downward movement, all right? You really want to have a good flick on it, all right? So just practice doing this, holding, or practice with the card box, all right? So doing this, you really want to get good and work that muscle to where it's strong enough to really get a good flick on the corner of the deck there. So the distance that you shoot the card is a matter of not only practice, but also a matter of preference, all right? So at first, when you're practicing, you want to have it close to the deck. That way you can gauge sort of where the card goes, all right? So you know where to put your hand. But to catch it, the mechanics is just like sort of a mouth, all right? So your hand is palm up, and sort of like a mouth, all right? So it's going to catch it like this, face up. So at first, when you're practicing, just have it close to the deck like this, all right? And get good at this distance to catch the card, and you're going to get a feel about where the card goes, all right? So, you know, my top shot won't be identical to your shot, all right? So it's just a matter of where you need to put your hand and how your shot happens, all right? So mine is about right here on the corner of the deck. So I imagine like this, and it's just right here, ready to be caught. So when you get good at catching cards from this distance, you can start to, you know, you can start to increase it, maybe a foot away, then, you know, 2 feet away. And, you know, you're playing with your cards all day, so just do the top shot without thinking about it. Just nonchalantly practice doing this, you know. Eventually you're going to get a feel for it, all right? It's sort of it's a knack that you have to sort of get down, all right? At first it's going to seem like it's impossible, like the card's never going to shoot out, but trust me, it will start to shoot out, and once you find that little groove where you need to put your hands, it'll become second nature. But I think I've given you the essential tips on how to do the shot itself with, again, your thumb hanging over this corner, your index finger hanging over this corner, and that's the tight grip that you want to have on the cards. Next, again, take the pad of your pinky, put it on this corner with that downward pressure on both corners, and then it's a matter of just flicking down on that corner, just like I showed you with the box. Get good at build that muscle there so you can get that good flick motion that's happening, all right? So as soon as you get good at that, take the deck and just do that, and you have a perfect top shot every time. So a cool thing to do with the top shot is that sandwich catch, and I just love doing that, all right? So you're just gonna basically have a card controlled to the top of the deck. We'll use the ace of diamonds, and it seems like the card just slides in, you know, when I'm holding it, but that's not what's happening. It's just an optical illusion, all right? So with the natural tackiness of your fingers, with the sweat and the moisture that, you know, is on your hands, and naturally the oils will cause your fingers to stick to the cards like this. All you gotta do is you know, with your finger down below and your thumb on top of the sandwich cards, you want to take your middle finger and really use it to help push down hard, and that'll make it to where you can open the cards like this, and they'll just stick there like you're Spider-Man. It's crazy. But if you have drier hands, just lick your thumb and your index finger real quick to get that moisture on there that you need, all right? So again, you're like this, and you just do the top shot like normal, but use this motion, the Spider-Man technique, to catch it. So a cool feature about the top shot is that normally it's a face-up revelation like this, but it can also be a delayed revelation. What I mean by that is if you just slightly turn the wrist, so you're like this, and you do it this way, so pretty much the face of the deck, the bottom of the deck is facing the audience like this, you do the top shot like this, and you catch a card from what looks like the middle of the deck. They can't see the face yet, so it's like, whoa, it's your card, they name it, and then you turn it over like this dramatically for the delay. And that looks pretty cool, right? It's just the normal top shot that I'm doing. It's just a different position of my arm, so I just move up like this, and then I'm like this, I do the top shot, and then that is a cool little thing you can do as well. So it can also be used as sort of a visual color change. I got the 3 of diamonds here, and just change it to the Jack of spades. So for this, you will need a couple things. One, a double-faced card, and a double-backed card. I know it seems you know, like it's not worth it, but it's just mainly for, you know, a video like social media or something like that. All right, so set it up. You want to have the double backer on top and the double face card on, or second from top, right? So double backer on top, double facer second from top. So all you're gonna do is double lift to show the double-faced card. And the cool thing about this is that you can take it off and just handle it as a single card because of that double backer that you have there, right? So here you go into do the double lift and then just do the top shot like normal. And the reason why it looks like a change is because the top shot makes the card turn over. So it just looks like the card changes when you shoot it off. So you can also do some cool, you know, splitting routines where you show a 3 and then you do a top shot to make it change into the 2 and the ace. So for that, it's very simple. All I got to do is take the ace and put it face up on top. Next, the face down 2, and on top of everything, have the 3. All right, so you get a break under all 3 cards, and then show the 3, and say, look, watch the 3. All I got to do is snap it, and then it turns into the ace and the 2. So once you get good at doing the top shot, you can start to show off a little bit, all right? So here I have the aces here, and they all go in the middle of the deck in different spots, and we can even give it a good shuffle just to mix those all inside of the deck, all right? So the cool thing about the top shot is that you can do them all in a row, one after the other, all right? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 top shots in a row, and with the 4 aces. Alright guys, so as always, I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch this video. It really means the world to me, and I hope that you learned something new, and I hope that you can take this tutorial and get good and master your top shot. Until next time, happy practicing. I love you guys.